Must plug in. Okay. We got that one all set up. So welcome. T-minus 8 more days. 8 more days until no more. So who do we got there? Hey, Cindy. Music's coming in, so we're getting ready to go. So here we go. And hello, Real Estate America. Welcome to another daily edition of the Real Estate Show. This is the Real Estate Show hosted by yours truly, Eric Willner. We are heard live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, right here live at 5. That's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're heard again at 8 p.m. 5 days a week. So there's a total of 10 shows. And we're also heard not only locally on our AM 1470, but also on the FM dial over there at 95.3 and 96.9 FM. And you can take us with you on one of the portable device apps, such as the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, the Spreaker app, and so forth. You can listen to us there on the go, and you can always go to our website at automaticlandlord.com. Always still a favorite place. We get a lot of good traffic there at automaticlandlord.com because you can literally hear it anywhere, and you can also hear it crystal clear when it comes over the internet. And if you're a sight and sound kind of a person, then you can also listen to us and watch us on our Facebook Live transmission. So we're on Facebook Live right now at facebook.com/The Real Estate Show or The Real Estate Show. And you can listen to us there and watch us and send us some comments. Like Cindy and Marianne, hello to both of you there. That are just sent us a quick message. And we start a little bit earlier now before the show. I have a little conversation with some of our regulars and do a little bit of question and answer. We'll be adding, by the way, a live question and answer on the air come the new year. But if you like a more intimate setting, then come join us there on our Facebook Live page. And we'll also be rolling out our new YouTube channel the second week of January. So I'm very excited about that as well. And so those are just a couple of the announcements. Now, remember, on top of everything else, our mission here is to educate and empower more Americans to have access and have a piece of the American dream. And so that's what we talk about every single day here. And as we, started talking before the live broadcast, it's now T-minus 8 days left in 2020. And a couple of other announcements. Now, in addition to the radio show, we have a lot of educational extra resources. First of all, there's automaticlandlord.com. That's our website. And we'll be updating that with a bunch of new things that we've been talking about, so that I'll all be up there. All of our shows are recorded, so we have literally hundreds, perhaps thousands of hours on our website. All you have to do is go to the Real Estate Show, look at the archives. They're all in chronological order, and they're also in chronological order on our Facebook Live. So you can see the video there, you can see the audio on our regular page. Now, on Mondays, we do our Equity Accelerator, and now we're going to be adding in January our debt payoff system. So we've got the debt payoff system and the Equity Accelerator, and when you put the two of those together, then it's bye-bye debt, hello real wealth. And using real estate as a tool, there's no better vehicle than to accomplish that. So there's a ton of great, really useful information coming up. On Tuesdays, we always do our Credit Accelerator workshop. Now, by the way, all of these workshops that I'm talking about now are absolutely free for our listeners. And on our show, we give out the following phone number. So you want to either get your cell phone ready to plug this in, or a pencil and a paper, however you want to jot this down. But write down 561-861-2366. Now it's 561 561-861-2366. And here's why. If you want to come to any of our workshops, for example, our Equity Accelerator workshop, then you type in the word equity and special instructions. The Automatic Landlord has automated the process of getting you these special password codes to our private Zoom meetings. If you want to come to our credit workshop, type in the word credit and send it to 561-861-2366. If you want to come to our big table, it's the word big table. And yesterday, we got a whole bunch of responses to our down payment assistance. Imagine, okay, and this is something we're going to be talking about more as we round out, the holiday season, is our zero down payment purchase arrangements. And remember I said in 2021, we're going to make 100 people, first-time homeowners. Now, this is great news for first-time homeowners, and this is also great news for investors. If you're thinking about this, and a lot of our listeners are investors, that I'm going to show you how to transform a property that you bought that you can put a tenant in there, turn them into a homeowner, and get maximum dollars for your investment property because you're now helping. And by the way, as you've heard me say over and over, that when we help another house become owned by a homeowner, we get pride of ownership, we get additional tax base in the community, we get better real estate, we get a better market, better neighborhoods, and it just goes all the way to making a better country all the way around. And so that's what I want to do. Oh, and one more thing. We just added a brand new class called Real Estate 101. So for any of you out there that are interested in attending our Real Estate 101 class, now this is going to be very different, and it's going to be, the real nuts and bolts of beginner real estate. Remember how I talked about the real estate ladder, and it depends on where you are. We've been getting a lot of inquiries with some very basic and fundamental questions. And we say, what's a better way than to have a Sunday night Real Estate 101 class? And so stay tuned for more about that, because I'm going to set up a very special code word for that. And then you'll be able, right now you can type in discovery, and I'll get you information on our Real Estate 101 class. Again, free, by invitation only, space limited. You just got to be there. And in order to get the information on the Zoom number and the password and free access to our Real Estate 101 class, type in the word discovery to 561-861-2366. So anyway, I want to get into our midweek report. We got a lot of stuff to cover here on our midweek report. First of all, once again, thanks to all of the one step forward, another step backwards, and we wonder whether we're making any progress at all. But the U.S. stocks, the Dow Jones was slightly up, but the S&P pulled back, and we saw the NASDAQ also. And all this was these mixed readings were among lingering virus concerns, right? And now we've got another strain of the virus to deal with, and so the market's wrapped up a bit ambivalent, if you want to use that word. The stocks had mixed optimism with the virus vaccine, and we've seen that in the last few days. But and then there was also more optimism with the COVID-19 relief bill. And now, as you've obviously heard the president talk about, let's take some of the junk out of there. Foreign aid is in the relief bill for Americans. Why would that even be there? And then you've got the emergence of the new variant. You've got a bunch of things. In fact, did you know in the relief bill, Congress, which has been holding up, this is the second relief bill. It's taken us 6 months to get here. And in the relief bill, they voted themselves a raise. But, no good deed goes unpunished for the American people, and no bad deed goes unrewarded. And as it is in the case of Congress. I mean, I'm embarrassed on behalf of Congress to accept a payment increase while Americans are out there struggling and can't even get a stimulus check out there. And so, if you have the number to your congressman, I would certainly get on the phone, leave them a message, send them an email, or mail them a letter, however you want to do it, snail mail, email, or whatever way. So, other headline, interesting headline, existing home sales. And remember I said we were starting to see a couple of the cracks in the dam of the economy. And existing home sales declined for the first time in 5 months as prices rise, but supply falls. So you see, you still got this high demand, but the number of homes being sold is slowing down a little bit. And remember, we talked about some of the reasons why this would be. And after 5 consecutive months of gains, actually closed sales of existing home sales turned lower last month in November. Now remember, we're always going to be 30 months behind in finding out that. That's why, remember, we started to see this crack in the pending home sales, which is a forward predictor. Closed sales, this is like, what accountants write in the books. This is what actually happened. Pending sales were the prediction. And as they predicted, the closed home sales now are following the pending home sales in the way of a decline. Another interesting sign here, remember, who reacts first usually? Who are the most informed? Well, wealthy Americans boost savings in the face of pandemic worries. The pandemic is spurring many people in the U.S. to shore up their finances, even those who can afford to invest $1 million or more. And this was an interesting article that I came across in the Financial Advisor on their website. So now let's get a little bit more into industry news for the real estate market. And the $900 billion economic relief package approved by the House and approved by the Senate includes several provisions for which housing advocates have been pressing. Now, I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to go to our break. Now, remember, I was critical of the $900 billion relief package, but now I'm going to talk about some of the good things, particularly for those of you in the real estate industry. You're going to want to stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Eric Willner for The Real Estate Show. Don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back with more great, pressing, breaking new information. Bye. So, what do you think about that so far? And it is pretty amazing, right? That when I discovered, I didn't like some of the foreign aid going to Vietnam, going to Cambodia, going to Burma for the U.S. relief package. But when I saw that they also included a significant raise for those folks in government, I thought that was kind of a slap in the face, and especially for I know some people that are going through some real tough times right now, tenants, landlords, and just everyday people. Anyway, I want to say hi to Robert. Robert, long time no see, no speak. Nice to see you on there. Thank you, Marianne, who said that I love the idea of Real Estate 101. And by the way, you're probably going to want to incorporate that part of our project secret title called Wired. And Earl from Chicago, how are you there? Welcome, and I'm glad you joined the show, and thank you for the great compliment. Great show. And a lot of good stuff going on out there, and I don't know if I'm going to have time to go all the way through once I get into the stimulus bill update. But existing home sales, which fell in November, as buyers continue to struggle to find good properties. Ooh, I hear the music coming back. Let's plug back in. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on the Real Estate Show, my name is Eric Willner, and we are here live Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. live at 5 in the afternoon. That's Eastern Standard Time. And we're also here again at 8 p.m. So 5 days a week, twice a day. That's 10 shows, plus all of the workshops that we talked about in the first half of the show. Before I get started, every day I like to add in the quote of the day. And if you heard the first half of the show, you're going to understand this. And like I said, I'm going to try to do a soft landing in the second half of the show. But today's quote is brought to you by Thomas Jefferson. So just think about how far back this quote goes. But the natural progress of things is for government to gain ground and for liberty to yield. Think about that one. The natural progress of things. So that's been going on since Thomas Jefferson's day, is for the government to gain ground and for liberty to yield. So keep that in mind as you talk to your politicians out there. And also keep in mind that today's show is brought to you by timetofixmycredit.com. That's timetofixmycredit.com. For those of you who want to help in boosting your credit report or repairing something that's on your credit report or creating a credit score, remember to visit timetofixmycredit.com, or better yet, if you want some detailed information. In fact, remember yesterday, when it comes to determining a credit score, the largest impact comes from a person's payment history. And imagine for people, particularly tenants out there, if you could add your prompt payment history of rent. That's not considered credit in the traditional sense, but together with timetofixmycredit.com and yours truly here on the Real Estate Show, we are now taking tenants' credit and reporting it to the credit bureau, thus boosting additional payment history, additional good payment history. And so for more information about that, text credit to 561-861-2366. That's our Real Estate Show hotline for all things real estate. Text 561-861-2366, the word credit. So as I was mentioning before the break, some of the what I call fluff or crap in the relief bill that shouldn't be in there, and it's just taking away more money. And the fact that they cut what they were giving as American stimulus in half, but voted themselves a pay increase, which we'll discuss in more depth on another date. But housing advocates are applauding some of the things that are in the stimulus bill. And from the article here in DS News, a $900 billion economic relief package approved by the House and the Senate includes several provisions for which housing advocates have been pressing for, including an extension of the CDC's eviction moratorium and a $25 billion, think about that, $25 billion out of 900, okay? Percentage-wise, not very good, since probably one of the biggest problems, one of the most fundamental, remember, food, shelter, and transportation, the main things that everybody needs, and shelter being probably the, after food, the second most important. Only 25 billion of 900 billion is going there. And we'll explore a little bit more where the other stuff is going that it shouldn't be. But about 38% of 1.4 million real estate agents belonging to the National Association of Realtors own at least one rental property. And this is what I'm talking about the mom and pop landlords, real estate agents that don't make all the money that you think that they make as it is, but they're smart because they're in real estate and they have access to great information in real estate. And therefore the smart realtors, and by the way, it's a good sign. In fact, I would only work with a real estate agent that owns real estate, because if they don't own what they sell, they don't believe in what they're saying. But about 38%, almost 4 out of 10, of the 1.4 million real estate agents across the country own at least one rental property. And more than 40% of rental units nationally are owned by what I call, and this is a quote out of the article, by the way, more than 40% of rental units nationally are owned by mom and pop operated small businesses. After all, if I own one rental property, I'm a business, I'm an investor. Many of which have been struggling to pay their bills and keep a roof over their tenants' heads, NAR President Charlie Oppler said. Rental assistance helps stabilize that housing and keep families in their homes. And we're grateful that Congress would secure this and other critical relief measures in the legislation. Members of the National Association of Home Builders released a response to Sunday's deal, which the organization says covers multiple policy objectives championed by the National Association of Home Builders, including an extension of temporary tax provisions for newly built energy efficient homes and for homeowners who engage in remodeling activities, right? Real estate, one of the pillars of the economy. Remodeling real estate, part of that pillar, and one of the big things that's going on is more Americans are staying home. They've had to retrofit their homes to become their office, their gym, their cafeteria, their everything. They have spent more time now that they're exposed to their homes. You see, there's a more pride. I see better lawns, better roofs, better everything, thanks to the COVID and them living at home. You know, there are some side collateral benefits, but these tax incentives are very good for real estate in general. And then she goes on to add that Americans will undoubtedly need more, but the $25 billion in rental assistance is critical and historic. The FSC provided an additional paper on rental assistance, and we're going to talk more about that and start giving out more information on rental assistance, and another explaining how the new stimulus bill specifically will help communities of color and lower income residents. So affordable housing, the Affordable Housing Tax Credit Coalition, and remember, we've been talking preemptively to even before all this stuff came out. We've been talking about the path to home ownership and why we set that goal of 100 new first-time homeowners. Regardless of your credit, we can put you in your home. And like I said, if you're interested in learning more about that 100 project, then text to our real estate hotline, 561-861-2366, 561-861-2366. Text the word or the words path home. That's it. So the affordable housing provisions, including in the year in legislation, are critical to the support of low-income families during the current crisis and as a part of our nation's recovery. That's according to the Affordable Housing Tax Credit Coalition. And they say that they're going to do what they can to help develop and spur the development of an estimated of 130,000 additional homes for low-income families over the next 10 years. So we'll divide that by 10. That is 13,000 hopefully in the next year. And certainly we know from the inventory conversations we've been talking about, we definitely need that. Well, let's hear from the Mortgage Bankers Association. And the Mortgage Bankers Association President and CEO, Bob Brooksmith, on behalf of the organization, commended Congress for passing the legislation, which says provides the necessary tools to protect borrowers, renters, and businesses, you know, and those are all the three most important. His quote was, we especially appreciate rental assistance for tenants, enhancements to the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, to help the hospitality sector, continued troubled debt restructuring relief for all financial institutions, and continuation of the TALF program. Additionally, we welcome the extension of the unemployment insurance and direct assistance for the millions of people who've been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. On behalf of the real estate finance industry, we look forward to continuing to work with the administration, Congress, and the Federal Reserve to support all consumers and businesses. So a couple of things, and then like I said, in the next few shows, probably as we come out of the holidays and we get more clarity on this, we're going to talk about the specific things, in particular, some specific rental assistance programs out there. Remember, you can always dial 211 wherever you're listening to this, because I realize that this radio show is now being heard all over the U.S. and outside its borders. Yesterday in Mexico, often in Canada and in Europe and in Brazil. But here in the United States, in your local area, there is a number 211, just like there is 411 and 911, 611, but 211 provides your local assistance, charities, rental assistance programs, and so forth. So that's a great nugget of information for you. as is this radio show. So that's why I encourage you. Number one, for those of you who go to our Facebook Live page at facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, make sure you hit the subscribe button there, or the follow button. That helps our algorithm get it out to more folks to get this key information out there. It also makes us more visible out there in the social media world. And we love your comments, your likes, and all of that good stuff. But the follow is very important in there, because that's what really affects those algorithms. Now, remember, if you want more information about credit, type credit to 561-861-2366. You can always leave us a message there as well at 561-861-2366, or just go directly to our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com, and send us a message of whatever you need, your questions, your comments, and everything in between. Well, that's it for today's edition of The Real Estate Show. We'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow. So until then, drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. Poof. And there goes another one into the archives. Thank you, Daniel. Boom. Let's see here. Pump that up. We'll now power down the cameras, and adios and thank you.